Cisco out tonight with earnings that top estimates and solid revenues, but it's this quarter that's worrying investors. CEO John Chambers is warning its revenue will be below Wall Street expectations, and he says it'll lay off 5% of its workforce. That's about 4,000 people. Shares fell as much as 9% in after-hours trading. John Fort joins us now from San Jose. John?
Susie, yeah, one of the things that John Chambers said on the call is that Cisco is having fits reading the economic data, and that really pretty much summarizes the after-hours action and analyst questions about what exactly Cisco is doing. John Chambers said that the global GDP growth and lack thereof just shows an enormous amount of inconsistency. One aspect of their business, the switching business, looks pretty good. On the other hand, the routing business, except for at the edge, looks pretty bad. Certain geographies, Northern Europe, North America, look pretty good. But then on the other hand, Japan, China don't look as good. So what Chambers said is that Cisco is committed to delivering on the financial model that Cisco had put out, around 61, 62% gross margins and growth overall in earnings faster than revenue in most quarters. That necessitates these cuts. But there are lots of questions going forward about whether Cisco really will be able to grow most of the time in that 5 to 7% revenue band that John Chambers has promised. That's what we're going to be talking about a lot tomorrow.
And tomorrow, John, a lot of investors are going to be wondering how what Cisco is saying translates over to other tech companies. Which companies might be impacted by these comments tonight?
Well, Susie, I think you've got to consider what we saw from IBM, what we saw from Oracle just a couple weeks ago, also having issues with their core products and with revenue. Does this global uncertainty really mean that demand overall is getting soft in certain markets, emerging markets being one of the areas where Cisco cited real uncertainty, some markets strong, some markets weak? I think that is going to be the question from Cisco that then gets asked to a lot of other executives in the days ahead. Are you seeing the same uncertainty? Is this revenue shortfall just an overall macro demand issue that we're going to continue to see cropping up?
Very quickly, was anybody looking for the company to lay off 5% of its workforce, 4,000 workers? Did anybody think that the prospects were that weak?
Nobody that I talked to, Tyler. Remember, the stock was up above $26 a share. There was this idea that the turnaround is complete. Seems not so much the case.
All right, John Ford, thank you very much.